On today's episode of COVID-19 Bike Repair, we'll be doing a fluid change driveline on the Polaris Sportsman 850 XP. We're going to start with an oil change, go ahead with a front diff, rear diff, and transmission / transfer case. So for that, we're going to be using a few fluids. We'll go over each one as we do it. Today, we're going to start with the oil change. Alright, so for the oil change, we're going to be using PS4, Polaris oil filter, and a new crush washer for the drain plug. All conveniently comes with an oil change kit from your Polaris dealer. Let's get started. Alright, so we went ahead and removed the T40 drain plug and the oil filter. My camera messed up, so I'm sorry you didn't get to see me take that off. That was a lot easier to get out than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to go ahead and put a new crush washer on the drain plug, let that finish draining out there, and we'll pop all that back in place. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put that drain plug back in. Torque it to spec. Around 20 foot-pounds. I don't have a torque wrench on me, so we're gonna go hand tight plus a crank. Perfect. We're gonna go ahead, take the new oil filter. We'll put a skim of new oil around that, and we'll pop that up there. That's on. I give it a quarter turn. Make sure it has a good seal. Perfect. Alright, so clean it up a little bit. Next step, it's oil in her. Like I said, we got that PS4. We'll go ahead, start with a quart. Good way to make a mess, Andrew. Okay. So we'll top it up. We'll check it. We'll start her up. Let it sit for a minute. Check it again. Okay, so I got just over a quart in her there right now. We'll go ahead and start her up. Just get some oil going through the oil filter. Good idea to check underneath just to make sure there's no oil leaking from that drain plug or the oil filter. Everything looks good. Should be good. Go ahead, shut her down. We'll let her sit for a minute. We'll pop that out, clean it up. That has to be screwed all the way in, tightened, taken out to check the actual level. So we'll go ahead and check it. Alright, so that oil change kit came with 2 quarts, which is the exact amount this engine takes. I did check it. We are good to go. Perfect. So that's the oil change done. We're going to move to the front differential. I'm going to go ahead and remove the wheel on the other side, and we will take it from there. Alright, so I got the front wheel removed here. It just makes it a bit easier to see. There is a drain plug and a fill plug. Looks like we're lucky here. Somebody was at this before and might have that stripped out a little. So this might be a little bit more fun than I expected. But we'll see. Alright, so we'll go ahead, get everything drained out there. We'll go from there. Alright, so that's a T50. We're going to go ahead and pop that one out. We're also going to go ahead and pop this one out here. He did come out pretty good. So we're okay. They maybe stripped a little bit. We just made sure we got that out right. So we're gonna go ahead and drain it. We'll go ahead and get her filled. We'll go from there. Ooh, and what you're looking for is really anything milky. It's not too bad, really. Let's go ahead and take out the fill plug and go from there. Now, a lot didn't come out of that. There's no axle seals or anything leaking though, so we should be okay. So on a little bit more of inspection, there's definitely a bit of sludge built up there. I don't think this is magnetic, so go ahead and see what comes off of it. Oh, it is magnetic. So chances are some filings and whatnot that should show some wear over time. So we'll check it again on the next replacement. Alright, so we have the demand drive fluid. We're going to have to do the front case, but there's also a reservoir behind it. I learned that we're going to have to flush as well. So I've gone ahead and repurposed this Aquavera liquid hand wash container. We're going to go ahead and pop a tube on that, pop it in the diff, and we're going to top her up. So to find it's full, basically we'll top it up, and whatever comes out as it starts to come out, we'll know she's full. Probably give her a couple extra pumps just in case. So we've got the fill line in. We're going to go ahead and start pumping and fill her up. This may take a little while. See it going, so when you start seeing that come out, we'll know she's full. That's actually working really well. Alright, sorry for that chatter there. So, she's almost full. Go ahead, put that cap on, and we'll start at the top. Alright, so she's full. We're going to go ahead and set that fill plug back in place. Alright, so she's full. We're going to go ahead and set that fill plug back in place. Of course, torque that down to spec. And we're going to go ahead and start on front. As you can see, I've already started here. I have a drain tube put on that nipple. There's one on either side, one's face. We're going to go ahead and loosen that up after, let everything drain out. Alright, so now all we got to do is we got to flip these bad boys up here. That will loosen up, come out. Pop that off. We then need to pop these two out here. This will pull forward. There's a reservoir hidden in under there. Okay, so what you see here is the reservoir. We're gonna go ahead, pop that cap off. Under that it's gonna be a diaphragm. So see that liquid there? It's the same stuff. We're gonna go ahead and pop that bleeder screw loose. We're gonna let this top this up and let gravity basically take it down. It's going to be a few minutes going, but don't let that drain empty or you're going to have bleeding issues. So we're going to go ahead and top this up. So we're going to go ahead and top this up. And like I said, don't let that run dry. We have the bleeder screw here, let go. It's gonna take a few minutes, let the gravity, let everything run down through there. But, that'll fill that case up. It's a reservoir. So as you can see, it is dripping out. It doesn't look real dirty or anything like that, but we're changing all the case, so we might as well do it anyways. So all we'll do is let 3 or 4 ounces run through that. we'll tighten that bleeder back up, pop that line off, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've gone ahead and flushed it. We're going to let that get down to its max height there. We'll go ahead and shut that bleeder screw and get everything cleaned up. Pop that cover and diaphragm back on, and we'll be good to go. So we got the bleeder cap screw back on, everything tightened up, cleaned up there. We're going to go ahead, pop this diaphragm back in. Go ahead, screw on the cap. Tuck all these wires back in place. Slide that in on over again, put the bolts on, put everything back on, and we're going to go ahead and move to the rear. Alright, boys and girls, so here we are. We've got the bike moved. We got her up on a couple of wheels on the front there. Of course, I have a big stand underneath, plus a jack. So we're going to go ahead, start the rear, replace, drain tube, fill. We're going to go ahead and do that. I have some fluids coming for the transmission, and I've noticed the front ball joints are extremely bad, so I've ordered a set of those on their way out as well. So we're going to go ahead, same thing goes here. We'll do a drain, we'll do a fill, and we'll keep you in the loop. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove the fill plug. Of course, again, the only one that really matters at this point is that drain plug. Looks like there might be a little bit of milky going on in there. So we'll go ahead and pop the drain plug loose and have a look. She's coming slowly. Let's see. There she goes. What comes out? Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. A little bit milky, but nothing crazy. Alright. That's a little bit of a different story. Alright. Well, we'll let her drain. We'll go ahead and do a fill. We'll go from there. Okay, so for the rear of the machine, we have angle drive fluid, ADF. So we're going to go ahead, fill up my little makeshift filler upper, my bobber. I'll pump some of that in there. Again, let it come on out there till it's full. Put that in, and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to make a note that you can definitely tell the difference between these two fluids, the viscosity between either. The front is really watery and the rear is thick, pretty thick. It's almost like a 1040 kind of thick. But we're going to go ahead and pump that in, and we'll show you how it goes. We'll start pumping. Alright, so filling this rear one and filming is a bit of a pain in the ass, so I'm going to save myself and you the trouble. I'm going to get that fluid in, topped up, and we will go from there. So after a lot of cursing and swearing, we managed to get that full. You can see it dripping out there. We're going to go ahead and put the drain plug back in. We'll start with our hand. I always like to start nuts, bolts, drain plugs, whatever. I like to start them by hand, at least get 3 or 4 threads turned before you put it on. You don't want to cross thread something like that. Alright, so we'll tighten that up, put her down, and wait for the transmission fluid. Alright guys, so that's the end of the video. We have the front differential done, the rear differential done, we have the engine oil changed. Like I said, everything is available from the dealer itself. The tools itself, you know, you don't need a lot. Make it work. I don't have the craziest amount of tools. I don't have the best kind of tools, the most expensive kind of tools. But you can certainly do it at home if you're willing to learn something, you know, perfect. So like I said, this is a learning curve for me. Hopefully it's a learning curve for you. I don't mind. Watch along, tag along. We'll enjoy it together. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.